Am I the a-hole for abruptly quitting lessons with my student after his mother told me he plagiarized himself to my Insta? I, 23 female, am a freelance private tutor and through word of mouth got connected to wealthy clients. I make good money and above all maintain an excellent reputation. Around 6 months ago, I started tutoring an 18-year-old male student. He's extremely shy, but other than that, we never had any issues. He was always polite and well-mannered. His parents were eccentric and sometimes weird, but at no point did that cause problems. Last week, I had a chat with his mother about his progress. She was really happy and claims I helped him come out of his shell and develop academically as well as personally. Then she casually said that I awakened his sexual self, as she caught him touching himself to my Instagram the other day. She said she and her husband are pleased that their son is active and attracted to me. I didn't know what to say. I just thanked her for her time and left early. This whole situation was bizarre. The following day, I decided to inform the parents that I would no longer tutor their son. I sent him a short email and wished him the best of luck with his studies. Yesterday, her son reached out to me, but I didn't respond. According to my friends, I'm an a-hole for abruptly stopping the lessons, as it's clear he has no clue what happened either. They said I should at least respond to him, as it's unfair to leave him hanging like that. However, I think I handled it correctly, as I don't want my reputation and in turn income to be affected by this. Am I the a-hole? First of all, OP is definitely not the a-hole. What did the mom think? Like, first of all, telling your son's business to someone is crazy. And then on top of that, does she think like the teacher or the tutor, OP, whatever you want to call her, was gonna be like, oh my god, really? I'm so flattered that your son is touching himself to my pictures. Like, what did she think was gonna happen? Like, I feel like the mom in a way was trying to play wingman. Am I the a-hole for telling my now ex that she made it hard for me not to hit her after what she did? First, let me say I didn't lay a hand on my now ex. I never laid a finger on any other woman in my life. Oh. Ashley, 26 female, and me, 28 male, have been together for a little over a year. To be honest, most of the relationship was good until we reached the year mark. I first started to notice messages from my friends and family going missing. Invites to hang out that we discussed never reached me. I thought I was going crazy at first because my own text conversation didn't make sense to me until I caught her deleting a conversation I was busy having with my cousin. I flipped out because why the hell would she do that? And we were having a conversation about a surprise birthday party for my 80-year-old grandmother, mother in my eyes. This was the first time I saw the other side of her. The yelling, screaming, saying why I always planning things without her. No, I haven't planned anything without her, and she has always been invited and included in the planning. What pissed me off more is the fact that she was trying to make me the bad guy even after I asked her input multiple times in this party for my grandmother and she was deleting the text. I apologize for making her feel that way and promised to include her more. Me and my family and friends stay a considerable distance from each other. I'm 16 hours away from my family, so everything has to be planned. I have also noticed whenever we had plans for us to hang out with my family or friends, she always had something come up at last minute that she desperately needed my help with, but never something when we hanged out with her friends or family. I did mention this, but she convinced me that it was just a coincidence. I never hear my phone ringing, but always find missed calls on my phone, and my phone conveniently on silent, something I don't do. She denied doing it. I actually thought I was going crazy a couple of times. The last straw was 4 days ago. My grandmother had a heart attack and died in the hospital 2 days later. I didn't receive any text or call regarding this from anyone. She had blocked everyone from my family to friend on my phone. I initially thought my phone was quiet, but we were adults and life got busy, so didn't think much of it. That was until I ran into one of my old friends at the grocery store and he gave me his condolences for my grandmother. I asked what he was talking about, and he told me about my grandmother. I took my phone out of my pocket and saw everyone was completely blocked. When I unblocked them, the messages came flooding in. I had 100 of messages. I left everything and ran back home to get my car again. We live in a different state, about 16 hours away from my family. When I got home, she greeted me with that smile like she did nothing. I exploded on her. I lost it. I asked why the F would she block everyone that meant something to me. I yelled at her my grandmother died, and I had to find out from someone random old friend that just happened to see me. All she said was sorry, but she did it for us, and my friends and family was preventing us from being together. She had to do it. I have never been that angry in my life. I wanted to lay her out. I wanted to beat her to death in that moment. I have never been that close to hitting a woman in my life. I told her to get her ish and to get out of my house. She grabbed me by the arms and told me to relax again and said I did it for us. I grabbed her shirt, pulled her in closer to me, and told her if she doesn't leave in the next couple of seconds that I will unalive her. I wanted to hit her and it took everything in me, all I had not to lay a finger on her. She robbed me out of the final moments I could have spent with my grandmother, the woman who raised me, the woman that meant everything to me and taught me almost everything I know. I could see the fear in her eyes as she crumbled to the floor, then I let her go. It took her 10 minutes to leave my house, but as soon as she did, I lost it myself. I don't know if I yelled, screamed, cried, but I destroyed my own house. All I remember was this overwhelming rage. I don't even remember half the drive to my grandparents' house. I'm currently at my grandparents' house as the funeral preparations are being made. When I first arrived, the family exploded on me to where I have been, why I didn't answer them. I explained the situation and what happened. Although I think they believed me, I can still see the disappointing looks in their eyes when they look. According to my cousin, one of the last things my grandmother asked for the day before she died was where I was. She robbed me out of that. She robbed my grandmother. I'm so confused as to what would possess this woman to do this. What? My now ex told our mutual friend what happened. Surprisingly, she told me the whole truth. They all said what she did was wrong and I have every right to break up with her, but I went too far by threatening to hurt her. I am a-hole for the way I handle things. Although my action in those moments wasn't the best, and I am ashamed, I can't in word describe the anger, rage, betrayal I felt. Then OP was answering questions. He said, Edit, the last message between me and my friend and the family was 6 days ago, and we have gone longer without talking to each other. Life gets busy. Nobody came to my state to see if I was alright or to come and get me because the doctors told my family she wouldn't have much time left and all of them wanted to be there for her and my grandfather. They would have been together 65 years next month, and he took it very hard. Stopped eating and didn't sleep for those 2 days. I was basically put in the back burner. I have no hatred for any of them, as I would have done the same. Oh, this is such a sad story. Oh my god. Like, even now that I'm done finished reading the story, I'm still wondering, like, what in God's green earth could possibly ever possess someone to do this? This was not another woman. This was not random friends. This is his family. And I know people can think, like, how come you don't talk to your family for that long? But people go long and long not talking to their family. People are busy. Life gets busy. And as long as everybody's healthy and okay, you can go a couple of weeks or a couple of months without talking to everybody in your family. It's really not that deep. But this is such a sad story. Like, what would you guys do? I feel like I would have hit her. I'm so sorry, but I'm against domestic violence and I'm never putting my hands on someone or getting violent. But if someone was to do this to me, I probably wouldn't know what to do.